This is a question for all Sonic fans out there. Would you rather play a game where half of it sucks, or one where 2/3 of it sucks? Clearly, the answer is where all of it sucks. Gimmicks that ruin the game. Now, this isn't necessarily the game itself is awful. This is a certain part that was added that really has nothing to do with how the game plays, that was just sort of shoehorned in. Odds are, if you don't want to draw on the touchscreen, you're not going to like this game, doy. However, if it was a normal Kirby game and half the levels were like that, you probably wouldn't like it. Where's my copy of Rayman Legends? Found it. Half the levels in this game, you play as, Green Goblin over here, and you're supposed to use the touchscreen. So if you're playing single player, you're controlling a CPU character that doesn't always do the things that you want it to do. And if you're playing 2-player, then I feel sorry for the one person on the gamepad that has to play this boring-ass mechanic. Now, does this make Rayman Legends a bad game? Far from it. It just makes half of it a bad game. When I was a kid, you wanna know what part I got stuck on? The carrot part. Which is funny, because it's a stupid fucking mini-game that happens halfway through the game. Not even halfway through. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the fucking carrot part. So everything else that, learned the mechanics, got good at the timing, the action commands. Nope. Carrot. If we want to, we can also discuss whenever a controller ruins the game. You are supposed to ground pound by shaking the Wii remote. Why? Now, of course, you don't do that in the HD and the 3D version of the game, but there's no option to not do it. It's just shoehorned in. Granted, the rest of the game is great. It plays amazing. It's just that one choice. Speaking of choices, Twilight Princess is definitely the biggest offender of what I'm talking about, where you have a game, you have a gameplay mechanic of just how Link controls and how you explore the world, and you sort of throw that all away. Why? So he can be a little fun furry creature. Are the wolf segments bad? Not in and of itself. Those things are the reason why it sucks. So then why include it? Well, because it makes the game longer. Let's be real. Why else in Skyward Sword do you return to the same 3 areas 3 fucking times? Because obviously if you weren't doing that, what else would you be doing? Playing a different game. Oh, but we're not done with you yet, because specifically the Wii version, you have to, shake the Wii remote to use the sword. Is it 1-for-1 like in Skyward Sword? No, it's just mapping A to this. So, which would you rather play? The one that gives you an arm workout, or the best version? Now, those are all a bunch of fine examples, but here's the real question. Why include them? Why do we need these break of pacing within these games? You may think, oh, well, you might get tired of what you're playing. If you're getting tired of what you're playing, stop playing. You can come back to it at a later time. I never understood the concept of incorporating either a mini game or a side gimmick into something that works fine. Going back to you, half the game you play is the werewolf. It's terrible. But the other half you play as Sonic, and it's actually really fun. So you would think, gee, why wouldn't they just sort of take more development time towards the Sonic part, or maybe make the werewolf play like a Sonic level instead of whatever the hell it is, and it would be much better. Yes, then you ultimately have, 2 versions of Sonic that play similar. Okay, well, it really worked when you did it this time. And guess what? It worked when you did it a second time! What's interesting, though, is the greatest games of all time don't include these. And I'm talking mandatory ones. If you want a side game for an extra collectible, sure, that's one thing, but I'm talking something that halts your progress that you must do. I mean, hell, can you imagine if in Breath of the Wild, before Link beat Ganon, he said, hold on a minute, I gotta pick 30 pumpkins, it's mandatory, gotta do it. Are all of them the biggest offenders? No. In Explorers of Sky, when you're doing that whole footprint minigame, yes, you have to do it to get through the game, but it's one day. It's not that bad. It's just like a little fun minigame. It's not something where you have to keep coming back to it over and over and over. Now, viewers, this is the part where you get involved. I know, we're having some fun interactions, you and I love you. Let me know down below some instances that you can think of where you're playing a game and it's interrupted because we had to shoehorn some bullshit. And if you do, you get a cookie. Not from me. You can get it in your kitchen, you earned it. If your parents tell you no, I told you yes. I have more authority.